microphone and broadcasts. Let's see if that's done it.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
I think that's it now. I think that's it. Yes, I think it is. Right, guys, I do apologise about that. I'm going to have to be honest. I'm on a new profile tonight, guys, if anyone was watching. And that some of the settings weren't how they should be. So I do apologise about that. We are back to our normal settings now. So yeah, apologies about that. You are joining the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance with myself and Warislander. Sorry about those 4 minutes we missed there, but we've got the settings sorted now. So sincere apologies, guys, but we are back to normal. Right, Waris, Lozak is straight away 119.670, and his teammate nipping at his heels 119.888. So yeah, the Pink Panthers are certainly going out on a limb and going out for this championship, drivers and constructors. We've got Captain Stiff. Looks like he's out on some mediums. Not sure why he's chosen mediums when everyone's on soft, but let's see if we can find someone that's on track. Let's go with Captain Stiff actually, because it looks like he's coming through sector 3 now on a fast lap. So just coming round now into the home finish straight. Let's see what he can do as he comes across the line with a 129.91. That's not bad for mediums at all. Colin Jay's in the pit. We've lost Sab for some reason. So let's see what TB2 can do. He's on his out lap. Is there anyone else that is going to be on a fast lap? Don't think so. Yes, I think TB2 is going to be the next one on a fast lap.
Oh!
So,
runs off. Yeah, I think he just wants to win himself some time or something.
Yeah, we're just getting from our stream data that Sab just binned it. So unfortunate from Sab there. Sorry to hear that, Sab. Of course, free tyre choice for Sab when it comes to the race. So let's see what Sab can pull out of the hat in regards to strategy, and with him being on fresh tyres, we could see something miraculous from Sab.
Yeah, but I don't think it will make a difference, because as we were discussing before, which hasn't been said on the stream yet, is that it will be a wet race. So in qualifying, everyone can just think about doing the quickest lap and not about the tyres, which is ideal, I guess.
That's a good point. So Sab, if you're listening, my friend, can you let us know if you are confident with the wet and what we're going to see from yourself, mate? So just on board with TB2 now. He's coming across the line and he's going to start his hot lap. He's going to want to try and improve on that. But have we got anyone else that is... Obviously Nick. Yeah, Nick's in sector 2. He's ahead of him. So let's just stay on board with Nick. Oh, nearly... Oof. Just that gravel trap we spoke about before. Nearly got pulled into it. Coming down towards the Scary now. Absolutely love this corner. In fact, let's go on board with him. Beautiful corner of the Scary. Absolutely love it. No! And we've got Nick out. Although he has set a time. So Ascari, we just saw Nick as he caught on that curb. It does throw you out. So let's ride on board with Delange. Let's see what he can do. Although he's got yellows flying. Yeah, it's cleared, but this curve on the left, if you clip it too much, it destabilises the car. So yeah, Nick just catch a bit of a cropper there. Now bear in mind, Nick's no assists this season, so maybe that's just caught him out a little bit. What would you say, Waris, for setups on here? Would you have a pretty much 90% locked differential for Monza?
Well, it's not what I'm driving with.
What are you driving with? Let us know
I'm
your
just
secrets.
doing 60% or something, but it's I always do that. So yeah, it's more about comfortability. But I think it's important when you go through a Scari that the car kind of turns itself into the corner. If you understand what I'm saying, so you do need that rotation at the back of the car, so you want to have a bit of sort of oversteer. Where you need quite a a tricky setup for that, and maybe in a race a little bit less. But I wonder what the guys are doing now, because it's a wet race, that they maybe have wet setups, which would make it a lot more difficult to drive this qualifying session, also slower, but probably better in a race then, because I think that's a big advantage if you have a...
Yeah.
You know, I think if you'd be running the dry setup, the race is going to be twice as difficult probably, because it's much more tricky. So we could possibly see some slightly slower times. The guys are focusing
Humberstone, 1:19.901 up into 4th place. Fantastic from Humberstone. Brilliant stuff there. Let's see what estimates. Let's go MJ Coupe. So while we're on board with MJ Coupe going through Sector 2, a couple of messages on the stream. One from James Hook. He's missing Ferocious Dan. James Hook is Ferocious Dan's big fan, to be honest with you. You guys won't know that, but he likes the pace of Ferocious Dan. But yeah, James, we're missing Ferocious Dan today. Sab saying, no, absolutely not. He's not confident in the wet. He's just going to try and keep it on track and try and make up some places. On board with MJ Coupe, coming through Sector 3 now, racing down the back straight towards Parabolica. Let's just go on board while he goes around Parabolica and just see what line he takes. Very nice and gentle on the throttle. He's gone a bit wide there.
Oh, a bit wide.
That's the curve that we saw the F3 race where the car was launched into the guardrail there. Oh, very good from Coupe. We put a P2. Brilliant from MJ Coupe there. Fantastic stuff. Let's see.
If you would have looked a bit closer there when he came out of Ascari, you could have seen the car of Tank, who's also binned it at the same corner where Nick did it.
I did see the car there, but I was too busy giving the rundown.
Just, adding to that, yeah.
It's fair play. So just on board with RG4422, our French driver in the Renault. Let's see what he can do. Is it going to be... Ooh, P5 from RG. Brilliant lap there. Of course, we're seeing full reds on the tyre choice across the board. Would you say there'd be any benefit to starting on mediums in the top 10, Morris?
Yeah, if it would be a dry race, but it isn't, so...
Oh, of course, yeah. What am I on about? Yeah. I should have had...
But I don't... Yeah. It's obviously more easy to cut through the field here, so it would maybe be a good strategy call. But yeah, it's out of the question now.
So just looking down the line, we've only got Jacob, who's not set a time yet. Matty's still in the pits and not set a time, but Jacob is on an outlap. Delange's on an outlap, about to cross the line to go on a fast lap. So I think looking at the order, it's going to be Delange who's going to set a fast lap. So coming down to the first chicane, let's go on board with him. Very smooth on the throttle there. No oversteer moments, really good.
Oh, on the
a
grass.
little bit of dirt though, yeah.
Cost him a few hundredths of a second, probably nothing too major.
So just looking at the times as well, Warris. I mean, for our guys that are viewing,
Lozak done a 19.3.
Wow.
Very good lap.
Fair play for Lozak. So yeah, what I was about to say, Warris, is if you look at the board there that I'm looking at, the leader times, you've only got 1.7 seconds that separates P13 to P1. Now, on another circuit, you could maybe see up to 2 seconds between first and last, but there's literally, a tenth, 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 4 tenths, half a second. It's so close at Monza.
Yeah, because it's so difficult to make I wouldn't say a difference, but it's only 3-4 real proper corners you have to get through, so there's not too much places where you can make up time on others. I guess that's what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit scared, might be the right word, but apprehensive of the Delange goes up to P8, by the way, on that lap time, so brilliant from him. Before I carry on what I'm saying, let's find someone who's going to be out on a fast lap. No one. Oh, Jacob. Jacob has come out, so let's ride on board with Jacob. So yeah, it's going to be a wet race, as we've heard. Now, a very long straight into heavy braking. As good as the guys are in Invictus Racing League Formula 2, That's a great combination. Oh no, Jacob's come straight back in. What's going on with Jacob? Wow. Yeah, that's a formula for unwanted incidents. Hopefully we won't see it, but you know.
Turn one, yeah, of the first lap. But it's also obviously we've got a few people on no assists, a few on medium assists, and a few on full. But on throttle, if you haven't got any traction control, you can be, if you can manage it, you can be a lot better on traction, on just acceleration out of corners than people with assists. But that's a big difference in this game. So we could maybe see an advantage for the no assist drivers if they keep it on track, obviously, because that's much harder. So yeah, very interesting.
For the guys running no assists, what could you possibly do in the wet? Could you maybe do brake balance to the rear and then do a bit of cross pedal? You know, add a bit of brake as you accelerate to keep the car in check. Is that something you could do?
Yeah, and I think in this session I would already also lower the brake power. So normally you do 85-90%, and I would change it probably to 75% or something. That's also very important. And then it's most important to either take off front downforce or put up rear downforce. Make the ride height higher. It's very important. So it's all things you can do. And I assume these guys have done that for now, because you know it's going to be a very long. I believe it's 27 laps. If you have to deal with a car that is very oversteery and aggressive and just made for dry driving.
Yeah. So do you think the guys are going to underfuel the car by a lap or so?
I don't know, because it can be an advantage to have some rich mix on the straights.
Of course,
because obviously they're very long. But on the other side, if you can just stay in a slipstream, you could also just save some fuel. So it could be quite beneficial if you're just a little bit lighter in the beginning. That's true.
Yeah.
But that's also, I think, sort of a strategy call you make. It's whatever you like, I guess.
Okay, Waris. Just getting into the last section now. So we've got Lozak in Sector 1. We've got MJ Coupe in Sector 2. So let's keep an eye on him. RNJ Spare. Let's see where Humberstone is. Humberstone is in Sector 1. Right, so let's go back to MJ Coupe, because he's going to be, I think, the next racer across the line. Ooh, going a bit wide there for MJ Coupe. So yeah, Barry's just saying wet race. Going to be a good watch. It certainly is, Barry.
He's got some front wing damage.
Ooh, what, Coupe has?
Yeah.
Yes, he has. Wow, so that's Coupe. That's Coupe out of the mix now then. Let's go down to Humberstone. He's in Sector 2. He's up. He's down 4/10 is Humberstone. Let's see us. We've got Captain Stiff is out. Oh, what's happened to Captain Stiff? Just about to go to Captain Stiff. Could be. Jacob is finally out.
Oh, very wide for Lozak. Does that lap still count?
He's a 10th up, so yeah, Lozak's finished. He's failed it. So yeah, on board with Jacob. This could be the only major changer of the session.
TB is still going, so he's got a massive slipstream from a Renault now. On the straight approaching Ascari.
Yeah, just Jacob going to Ascari now. Can he keep it off that curb? Yes, he can.
TB is in his slipstream, so
that's helping him out there.
Yeah,
Cheeky
but now
TB.
he gets the dirty air in this last corner.
So looks like Jacob's doing all right here. He could be up. He could be up into P12 maybe. Ooh.
Oh, and TB.
Wow.
That's
TB pins him. Brilliant
19.3. Yeah, that probably was that slipstream you got.
But then Jacob's up into P6 as well, though. So fair play from Jacob, who sat most of the session out, waiting for the track to rubber in, and then decided at the last minute to do a lap. So yeah, great tactics from Jacob, but very brave from Jacob, putting all his eggs in one basket on a one-shot qualifying in an 18-minute session. So yeah, fair play from Jacob. So there you go, guys. So we've got TB2 pipping his teammate into P1 position. I think it's the first time this season. Then we've got Lozak in P2, so a front row lockout for the racing points. MJ Coop seen up front for one of the first times this season in P3. Aaron J in 4th, Mr. Steen in 5th, Jacob in 6th, RG44 in 7th, Humberstone in 8th. We've got Tony Y in 9th, Delangay in 10th, Colin J in 11th, Nick J Thompson in 12th, and we've got Matty in 13th, Captain Stiff in 14th, Estimats in 15th, Tanker 903 in 16th, and then Sab, who binned it in qualifying, in 18th.
And now it's the question, how wet is it going to be?
Full wet, I think.
For how long? This does look like full wets, doesn't it?
It does look full wets, mate. So I'm super looking forward to this. I'm going to pay attention to the formation lap as well, mate, because you're going to see a good inkling of how the guys are in the wet, just by the formation lap.
Yeah, now we can obviously see the drivers who like the rain and the drivers who probably hate it. This could pose a lot of spectacle, I guess. So very interesting to see who is our very own Michael Schumacher or Lewis Hamilton in terms of rain.
Yes,
rain driving.
The season just gone, Germany, I thought was very surprising for Lewis Hamilton. He didn't have a really good race at all.
Yeah, that was very weird, yeah.
It was, yeah. So, you know, the king of the wet succumbing to the conditions, a very rare sight for Lewis Hamilton as well. But yeah, it was an absolute fantastic race with Germany. Probably one of the most exciting of the season.
Yeah, it has been voted as the best of the decade, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, yeah. So, I mean, I would agree. I mean, was it Daniel Kvyat that was up on the podium in Germany?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so great to see. But, I mean, going back to races like that, was it Jenson Button in either Canada?
2011? 2011?
Canada, 5 pit stops and won the race.
Yeah, yeah, and he was down in last twice, I believe. So
yes, he was. Yes,
that's very good you bring that up, because that's what can happen in rain racing.
Yeah, I
mean, we're starting to see safety cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it only takes one mistake from one driver, to change the balance of the race. So,
oh, by the way, the guys are on intermediates, aren't they?
Wow, intermediate. So it's not as wet as we thought, mate.
Yeah. So this is about as wet as it was on Monday as well. Maybe a little bit drier. Because on Monday it was a very weird situation where the track didn't look that wet, a lot drier than this, but it was still intermediates, just a little bit too, you know. But now it's proper wet. So as Andrew
going off there.
goes into the wall. Yeah, that's how tricky it is.
Yeah, cold intermediate tyres, and it's another driver going off there in the background. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very tricky situation here at Monza. I mean, I suppose the other thing as well, with Monza, there's only pretty much one line you can take through any corner here. So we could very well see a dry patch start to appear, even though it's raining, which could overheat the tyres, which could really burn the tyres up. And we could see a couple of drivers come across us. So, you know, the guys really need to be paying attention to the temperatures of the tyres, because, you know, that runway, what I like to call the runway, if you follow that runway and guys don't seek out the wet patches, these tyres are going to overheat, and you know the guys are going to be coming across really quickly.
Yeah, and if it would be wet the entire race, which I believe it is, you need to do one stop, but it's very hard because at the end of the race the tires. We saw I believe 2 punctures on Monday in F1.
Wow.
Which means that the tires go into 80-90% at the end of the race, probably. Certainly if you try to do an undercut, which makes it very important to what you say, to maybe search out some wet patches, and also while focusing on staying on track and fighting the car to stay keeping a straight line, you still have to manage your tires and make sure you don't get wheel spin too much and you don't slide with the rear of the car. So it makes it, yeah, that just shows how difficult it can be. Not only to keep the car in one piece, but also to just manage your race in the wet.
Yeah, of course, mate. Some brilliant points you've made there. Yeah, we're not far now from seeing those red lights appear. Now, let's pray to the racing gods that we have no incidents at turn 1. Wet conditions, intermediate tyres. I mean, these tyres are cold. You can't really warm these up in one formation lap. So, hopefully, we all make it through the first chicane. Just on board now. Waiting for those beautiful lights. As we got 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights. We've got 4 lights and 5. And they're away. Oh, TB2 got a cracking start there. A lot of wheel spin from Lozak. But we've seen the Renaults and the Red Bulls in the background having a little sniff down each side of those cars. It looks like Lozak's got the inside line coming into turn 1.
Oh, very deep from TB.
TB goes really, really wide there. And TB gets a 5-second time penalty. Wow. But it looks
I believe everyone's come through quite okay.
Yeah, but MJ Coop's down 3 positions. Mr. Steen's down 2 positions. Humberstone down 1 position. Oh, they see the Williams going wide. Oh, they're going to collect someone. Oh, he's in the gravel trap. Yeah, that was Mr. Steen going. I think he got a major lockup or had to bail out and go left to avoid the other racers. So, yeah, Steen having to avoid all those guys. I think that was. Oh! TB2 getting really rear axle happy there to see his teammate. Oh,
it's just pushing his teammate onto the grass.
Really is. But yeah, so fair play to Mr. Steen for bailing out of that, otherwise it'd have been a major crash. So yeah, not ideal for Mr. Steen. The racing points are really going for it, but just looking down the line now, Delange and Humberstone trading places as we see Nick J. Thompson having to bail out. Oh, just caught it, but yeah, I think Nick J. Thompson got caught out by a slowing Humberstone, I think it was.
Oh no! And retires.
Who's that, sorry?
Nick, he wanted to go back on the power, but then he got some wheel spinning and went into the wall after all. Oh, what a shame.
That's our first casualty of the wet race, but I think Nick actually got caught out by, I think it was Humberstone and maybe Estimax or MJ Cooper, or maybe Delange, and had to, I think it may be...
Oh, we've got a virtual safety car, by the way.
Ah, virtual safety car. There you go, guys. That has neutralised the race as of yet, so that's for Nick J. Thompson's car. So we've got Jacob into P2, I might add.
Just before it came out, I believe he overtook Lozak, so...
Ooh,
no, Lozak is going past again. I think he illegally passed in the virtual safety car,
okay.
Jacob.
So Jacob up at P3, up 3 positions is Jacob. Fair play to Jacob.
I think it's kind of nice for these guys to have a little bit of calmness after that hectic first lap. Oh! Ooh. Teammates going into each other.
Oh my god.
Lozak lost a bit of his front wing because of oversteer at TB, and we started racing again, but surely that is a front wing change for a championship leader.
I think that was, as the lights went green, he went to overtake, and that's how the situation happened. Oh, Lozak is really struggling. And he's impeding RG there. Wow.
Surely he's got to go to
He
the
needs
pits.
to get out of the way, he really does. RG is through by the looks of it, though.
Oh, he's trying to defend even. That's brave.
Wow. Why? I'm not sure why he's doing that, but yeah. So Lozak's going to come in.
Coming in? Yeah, he's coming in.
Lozak, that's going to drop him right down the order. I would imagine by the time this race finishes, he'll be around P12, P13.
Oh, Sab with a very quick lap. In P11.
Sab now up 6 positions into P11, mate. Wow.
TB pulling a little bit of a gap now, as some people are running.
Oh, yeah. Delange going wide.
1.
Captain Steve, 3-second time penalty for corner cutting.
Showing up left, right, and center now. Yeah, but it's also so difficult to keep these cars within the lines right now because.
Thing is, the next few laps of these.
And stuff.
that these tyres should be coming into their own now. They should be nice and warm. We're not seeing much of a runway. It's sort of drying a little bit on the racing line. But as the guys fan out, it's going to become less and less of a runway because the rain's got more of a time to soak in. So, you know, looking on the screen now, you can see that runway that I spoke about on this dry line. But yeah, just looking at the position changes there, mate, there's some very definitive winners and losers. One of the biggest is Estimat's up 8 positions. So let's just cut to Estimat's in the Red Bull. He's chasing down Delange and he's only 3 tenths behind him now. Can he make a move into Parabolica? Let's have a look. Maybe not, but obviously I think he could be in front. Estimat's could very well be in front coming into the first chicane.
He's quite close.
He's going to pick up that slipstream. He thinks about it, but thinks better of it.
Just not enough.
But could he get a better drive?
Oh, Delange goes. Yeah, that's 5 seconds.
Delange's struggling. That's that's two times in 2 laps that he's gone wide as Delange. So he's getting some serious. 8 seconds, I believe, he's on now for corner cutting. Oh, big lock up for Estimats. Oh.
Just manages to get it around the corner though.
But he's up.
Something's
he's up
happening
now.
At the front.
Lozak, 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. What's Lozak done? Let's go down. Sorry, guys.
Is he Ascari?
No, it was before that. I think it was the first chicane, mate. He's just going Curva Grande now. Finishing Curva Grande.
It's massive time penalties coming out there because.
Yeah, massive. And then just doing Lesmos 1 and Lesmos 2 now.
Yeah, we could see some changes in those penalties because sometimes the game gives out these ridiculous penalties, which will be obviously reviewed by the stewards. So maybe these aren't definitive for yet, but
I know what you're saying, Warris. But these corner cutting penalties, they won't be considered, mate. They won't be considered if they've cut a corner. You know, it's very rare that game glitches or corner cutting penalties in their entirety will be looked at. There has to be extenuating circumstances for stewards to look at in-game glitches or time penalties that weren't untoward the driver. Yeah.
Sometimes obviously the drivers say, "Can you look at this because it's ridiculous?" But what you say most of the time, there's not too much to be done about. And yeah, it's also your responsibility in the end to make the corner. So
yeah, of course. Oh,
TB picks up a penalty
TB,
now.
wow.
Yeah, just a little bit too much over that curb. That wasn't a big mistake, just a little bit too committed, I guess. And as I was saying, the corner penalties keep coming in like.
Warris, mate, you're going to be very.
Oh, TB in the gravel.
Mate, you're going to be very busy at the end of this race with penalties, my friend.
I'll grab my calculator already because.
How many digits it do? I think you're going to need a bigger screen, mate, because we're only on lap 5 and we've had another penalty. Matty, so corner cutting, it looks like the guys are really struggling to make the corners, and it's doing it in a way that is giving them major corner cutting penalties. I mean, if you
see maybe some people actually getting disqualified because of too much penalties?
Maybe, yeah. It's I think 15 seconds in Invictus Racing League rules.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but it's obviously. And now in the beginning, everyone is just trying to probably find out what the breaking points really are, because you can have a racing line on, but it is not very accurate in the rain. So maybe as the race unfolds, people will be more consistent. Hopefully, at least.
I mean, the other thing to mention here, Warris, is if guys... Oh! Massive bump for Delange coming through the first chicane there. I was about to say he's up 2 seconds on his last lap, but he literally got airborne coming through the first chicane.
Wow.
He's really bad, mate. But yeah, if guys don't make a corner, they need to slam the brakes on, because if they don't, and if the reduction in speed isn't registered by the FIA... Yeah. It's as strict as corner cutting penalty, and that's why some of these penalties
that's the
are
most
bigger.
important. Just when you go
speed.
straight on, you must just make sure you don't instantly
do a faster
go
delta
on.
time, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, the guys need to slam those brakes on. If you can't make a corner, you need to be slower than your delta time. Otherwise, it's a clear-cut penalty. And in the rain, you put the brakes on, you're still going as fast as you're accelerating, you know. And the tanker again, I think he's up to 16 seconds. 13 seconds for tanker, I believe. Wow.
It's incredible.
So let's go to RG. There we go. RG's chasing down Aaron J, who's in third place, who's up one position. Coming down the home finish straight now. Lozak again with another penalty. Wow, the penalties are coming thick and fast. He's going to get this done. Oh, yeah, he should have the inside line into the first chicane. No, not quite.
No.
So normally where we see that distance capitalising an overtake, because of the wet conditions, guys aren't as keen. As he goes with Curva Grande.
Oh.
Not quite. As I was saying, the distance between the guys coming into a braking zone, where you would normally see a guy capitalise, they're not having the confidence to make the pass because of the wetness, and the braking zones are much longer. So
yeah,
it's quite strange to see, because normally, oh, it's going to be an overtake, and it's not. I mean, 3 times now I've said it's an overtake, and it's not been an overtake. As I see Delanghe get in front of Tony Y. Sorry, mate.
Something's happened to SMS as well. But it's and also you just don't want to take too much risks now in the rain, because when you're alongside someone, it's so easy to get a little bit of oversteer, and when you're on a decent speed, yeah, your race is instantly over, because you'll be spun around and into the wall probably. So it's so difficult to actually race with these conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just I totally agree with what you said there, Wise. I'm just on board with 4 racers towards the back of the grid, and that's Colin J, Captain Stiff, Mr. Steen, and MJ Coop. Colin J is lagging behind a bit behind this pack, but he's going to pick up the slipstream. Now, what was said about the braking zone, that might neutralise MJ Coop, Mr. Steen, and Captain Stiff. Jacob picks up a 5-second time penalty as well. Yeah, but these 3 were watching. As you see, I think it was Mr. Steen just getting in the wet patches there, trying to cool his tyres. Oh, no! Oh, Mr. Steen. No, was it Mr. Steen?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Mr. Steen.
But does he have damage?
No, Joe, I think it was. I think he was trying to cool his tyres down. We saw him move to the left, or so he moved to the right, coming down towards Parabolica. I think he may have been overheating tyres like I predicted.
Oh, MG Coop and Mr. Steen both go on now.
So Captain struggling. Stiff. Captain Stiff was the same, he struggled there. I think guys are struggling with temperatures. They really are.
And Mr. Steen he does have some damage on the right side of his front wing.
Wow.
So
MJ Coop! Oof. Wow. Just on board MJ Coop, we've got a rear tank slapper there. So I genuinely think that guys are struggling with tyre temperatures. It may
and also
not
tyre
be
wear probably already.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I really think so.
Lap 8, heavy fuel. You might be right, Warris. But you see the racing line there appearing. I think this is what I was on about at the start of the race. I think these guys are following that, and the temperatures are coming up, because we're seeing guys really struggling in the braking zone.
Yeah, and also when you're behind someone, obviously the tyres heat as well.
Yeah. So yeah, this is really interesting.
It's very tricky indeed. So as I'm just looking at Aaron, who's just behind Jacob now. TB, by the way, really breaking away. Yeah, very much confidence in that cockpit over there. He's really also clipping those curves and quick on the power, and it looks quite stable, so very good job from him.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to experience we like to keep the broadcast view as much as possible, but I'm going to watch from Captain Stiff's point of view as he chases down MJ Coop, who's struggling, and just to see how the guys are navigating these corners. Coming through Lesmos now for MJ Coop and Delanghe. Look, the power, in fact, let's put telemetry on, so we can see the throttle response of the guys. MJ Coop going wide there, getting the gravel. Oh, Delanghe, let's go broadcast view. Rubbish view there. So let's see the throttle response of Delange as he comes through Ascari. Full throttle, down, off, off. So a lot of feathering there from Delange. So you can just see exactly how difficult it is for the guys out there. They're really struggling. They're having to feather that throttle, coming through some of the most basic of corners that you would normally be almost 80% throttle all the way through. These guys are going side by side, coming down the home finish straight towards the first chicane. Who's going to be in the lead as we come to that first chicane? MG keeps on the outside, Delange on the inside. Lozak, fastest lap of a 1:31.029. Is Delange going to get it? He's going to push MG. No, MG Coop's in the lead. Oh, brilliant from MG Coop. He was really brave.
That was a really good move, yeah.
That was a brave move from MJ Coop. So brilliant stuff there. Let's go up to Aaron J, who's closing on Jacob. So we should see a really good fight from these two. We haven't seen any pit stops yet, I don't think. Detailed pit stops. Also, yeah, obviously Lozak and the obvious people have stopped, but from people who have not had any incidents, they've not stopped yet. So, yeah, fantastic.
I think the first pit stops will be lap
12, 13 maybe?
11, 12, 13. Yeah, I think you could say the pit window opens right now and until lap 14, but you want to keep those tires. If those guys have watched the F1 race, you want to try and keep them a little bit longer, because at the end of the race you will get in a serious danger of getting a puncture if you pit right now.
So Aaron J is deploying his entire battery on hot lap mode. It's not enough. I think it should have been overtake mode there. I mean, what would you say, Warris? Coming down that home finish straight. Oh, as Aaron J just gets towards the back of Jacob. Yeah, coming down the home finish straight, I would imagine overtake would be the best ERS deployment mode to be in. What would you say?
Yeah, it is. It is.
From...
Oh, TB.
Oh, TB's out. TB's out. We saw in the background there, as we watched Jacob and Aaron J come round, TB was spinning out at, was it Curvy Grande, I think it was. Just at the beginning part of Curvy Grande, we saw TB2 go out, and that has...
Oh, no! Race leader.
So Renault, where the Renaults have won P1 and P3, that'll bring them closer. I mean, the 70 points adrift are the racing points, so the Renaults are the racing points. This could actually bring the Renaults into contention for the constructors. Lozak out of the points.
Everything seems to go wrong for Racing Point here in Italy.
About time though, about time. So it's the temple of it's the temple of speed at Monza that is not going well for the Racing Points. But the Renaults, they're capitalising. They're P1 and P3. Lozak's on fresh intermediates-ish, but by the end he's going to be way down. So, oh wow, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be really exciting.
And Lozak is slicing through the field, but yeah, he's a lot of seconds behind. So,
but by the end of the race, mate,
now
he's going to be on 25 lap old intermediates.
Oh, very slow for Jacob.
Oh, Aaron J just slams into the back of Jacob.
And we have a fight for the lead on our hands now.
Has Aaron J got damage? No, he's not. He's not.
Aaron, it was very slow touch.
Oof.
So 3/10 off now. Is he going to make a move? I think he waits. He better.
So come on, guys, if you're watching live, go on. Sorry, Warris.
I was just looking and I just saw TB and I was thinking, like, where was he driving? And then I realized he was at the front. So, yeah, just a moment of pure shock.
Mate, I literally
and he had everything under control. At least it seemed like it.
Steen, 5-second time penalty. Yeah, mate, I only caught it as we were watching Aaron J and Jacob go for it, and in the background I saw the Pink Panther go off at the beginning part of Curvy Grande. So unbelievable. But yeah, guys, if you're watching live, give us your predictions. I'll put up on screen now pit stops, so you know. There you go. There's your pit stops. What else would you want to know for predictions? There's your leader times. If you want to have a look at those. Who's going to be the winner of this race? Looking at the leader times there and who's stopped. I'll give you a few minutes to analyse the data. I mean, Jacob and Aaron J are definitely in for contention here. bear in mind, guys, penalties. There's been a lot of penalties. So come on, guys, give us your predictions.
Yeah, those are going to play a big role as well, I think, at the end. Oh, something's happened to Tony.
Yeah,
Tony
Barry.
Y, they're fighting.
Listen to your commentators, Barry. That's exactly what we just said, matey. So yeah, give us your predictions, regardless of penalties. Give us your predictions. Who's going to win this race? It's going to be hard because of penalties, but Warris, do you want to maybe have a quick rundown of the main
penalty shout?
Yeah, why not? We're half race distance now, so let's have a quick recap of penalties for our viewers.
So it's 5 seconds for Jacob.
Wow. Okay.
It's nothing for Aaron. Massive job
there you go,
from
guys.
him.
Hint, Aaron, for your predictions, guys.
So RG's got 3 seconds.
That's not too bad for RG. Okay.
Humberstone's got 3 seconds. De Lange's got 5 seconds. Tony Y's got 3 seconds. Estimate's got nothing. Sab's got 3 seconds. Lozak's got wow, he's got like 16 seconds or something.
Oh, Warris, I think it's getting wetter,
It's
mate.
out of contention.
Warris, I think it's getting wetter, mate. Yeah, I think it's getting wetter.
Are people coming in right now?
No.
People are coming.
I'm on board with Tony Y. The racing runway. Oh, Delange's in. But yeah,
and Jacob and Aaron, the race leaders, are in as well.
I just think it's looking wetter. I don't know if it's my eyes, but I do think it's getting wetter.
They still go onto intermediates, so I think that...
Oh! Tony White getting some serious oversteer. We're coming through the first chicane.
Still, I think I've heard that it may be come dry near the end of the race.
Yeah.
But that only would be like 1 or 2 laps, I believe.
All right, Barry. Barry's calling me a cheeky guy because I said listen to your commentators. I think he put his comment before I said it. So, all right, Barry. Apologies, mate. But yeah, it's really interesting now. RG's leading, obviously. Let's try and get ahead of this now. So RG's leading with Humberstone behind him, hot on his heels, and Tony Y hot on his heels. I think Tony Y and Estimates have got some good penalties, like you just said. So this could be it could be anyone's race, really. But I still think Jacob's in a good position here. I really do.
And obviously, they have to pit. And then Aaron and Jacob will get to the front again, probably. Sab is also doing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, he is.
Not too far behind the leaders. Maybe you can do to see.
Just looking down the order now. Who's close? I mean, we've got Mr. Steen's on the back of Tanker. Should we cut to him? Yeah, let's cut to Steen because he is quite close. I think Tanker's got some serious time penalties. I mean, if Tanker can do some serious magic and negate those penalties to score points, then I'd almost be inclined to give Tanker the driver of the day with all those penalties. If he can score points, seriously, that's impressive. But let's go broadcast viewers. Oh, Delange is on the back of Mr. Steen as well. Oh,
what's happened? Sector 3.
It was hard to tell. We're on broadcast view, but Mr. Steen.
Oh, MJ Coupe.
Mr. Steen kind of backed out. Delange had to go wide. Delange is now through because it was a legal overtake for Mr. Steen. Yeah, I think Steen got his breaking point really well. But coming through Curvy Grande, they're side by side. Let's go on board with Steen. They are side by side. Coming to the second chicane. Steen's struggling, I think. Yeah, Delange is through. Oh, seriously good stuff.
So, meanwhile, at the front, those guys are staying out for more laps. Let's see if they're coming in right now.
They're going to have to stop soon. I mean, 15 laps on those intermediates. That's some serious
Still
lappage.
Still staying out as the guys behind are doing the undercut. And this could play well in the hands of Sab as well, if he can make sure he's quick.
I mean, Sab's got 8 seconds to make up on Jacob, who's already pitted. And then
but he can
likewise, Jacob's 3 seconds behind Aaron.
Go on, yeah.
So,
maybe you can gain a little bit of time on the guys on RG, Humberstone, Tony. everyone who stays out for now. I think that'd be good for him. So let's see what the gap is to the leader. From Sab, it's 33 seconds. So.
Yeah. So.
But Jacob's got 24 seconds. So I don't know how long a pit stop is here, but that seems like quite a lot, considering he was in the lead.
I mean, I'm surprised to see Lozak up into P5, but I mean, how long's he done on those tyres now? How long's he done? Let's have a look. Tyre. Lozak's done 13 laps, and he's got another 11 laps to go on intermediates.
He's not going to make that.
He's going to drop down to, say, P9, P10 maybe for Lozak. If he can get points, Lozak will be done well here. But
something's happening in Sector 3. It's gone already. Okay, so let's see what these guys will do. Coming in or staying out?
Let's go Tony Y actually, because Tony Y is looking pretty good, to be honest with you.
Still staying out. RG.
So what would you say is the pit stop time lost here? About 25 seconds?
Yeah, I'm not really sure because obviously those guys are doing massive speeds on the straight while you are in the pit, so that costs you a lot of time. But I don't think it's that long.
I mean, I'm pretty good with the pit stop times, but I'm not quite sure about Monza.
Not exactly, but I never thought Monza was a lot longer than other pit stop deltas. But we'll see when RG comes in, because Jacob is gaining on him. It was 25 seconds a few laps back, and now it's 23.8. So he's doing well. As Aaron is actually overtaken him. We haven't spotted that, but Aaron has gone past Jacob, which means he is probably the effective race leader at this point.
Wow, yeah, maybe it is. I don't. Yeah, because Lozak's going to drop back, and the front three runners and Captain Sab have to pit. So, yeah, I think you're right there. I think you are right. Let's just go on board with RJ. I mean, he has fresh tyres. Let's see what he does as he comes through. Is this Ascari, I believe, he's approaching?
Yeah, this is Ascari.
I'm going to ride on board. I do like watching on boards of Ascari. Very collected and calm. Beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done there. So you can see the control that Aaron J has got coming through Ascari on those fresh tyres. Now, obviously, towards the lap 25, 26, he's going to be not struggling. Oh, Tony Y, another time penalty for Tony Y. Oof, wow. But yeah,
speeding.
So, I mean, I think Aaron J, you might be right there, mate. I think Aaron J could very well be in contention for a win here. As Captain Stiff pits, finally. Captain Stiff pits.
Goes on to mediums, Tony.
What? No. You're winding me up, Mark. What? Oh,
so
Tony White and Captain Stiff.
That's
as well.
why they're going so long, probably. Wow. Oh, but it's very wet still, it seems, because there's a lot of...
Let's go on board. I want to go on board. I want to go on board with these.
So this is why those guys were waiting so long, and this is...
It looks too wet for mediums. No,
gamble.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. Do you agree with that, Warris?
I'm not quite sure because it seems very slow to
okay, Steen in the last
but
place
maybe it
top.
Is drying up because I wasn't really taking too much. I wasn't really looking at it anymore. But as I'm looking now, I don't see any rain spots anymore.
Yeah, it does. But Steen on softs, mate. Steen on softs. That's the better choice for me.
Could we see a massive jump in time for Steen?
I think so. Yes, I do. Hang on, let's put leader time. Leader time. Sorry.
So something's happened to RG. So... Oh, RG's coming in now. So will we go to? Oh, he's got a flat tire. RG got a flat tire.
What? How? How?
Yeah, those tires can't go for 19 laps. It's way too much, it seems. And now he's going on to softs as well.
Okay, there you go then.
He did get a puncture.
But Jacob's still on intermediates. He's going... So, judging by this, he's got another 8 laps to go. Could it stay damp enough for Jacob to capitalise on this? Because there's still spray coming off the wheels. There's still spray coming off the wheels.
Jacob and Aaron, they want to stay out probably. Oh, this could be very exciting.
Who can predict this? Right, okay, guys, whoever's listening, you try and give your expertise opinion on what's going to happen here, because this is horrendous to predict. A possible drying track, people on fresh intermediates, old intermediates, new softs, new mediums. That's wow. Where's Betfred when you need it? Because you need to put some bets on this.
But I don't think the guys on slicks are really. I don't think they are winning too much time at this point.
I don't either, mate. I don't.
I think their plan was to extend until the dry weather, but the tires were just going off because RG had to pit because of a puncture, and he had to go for the slick tire, but it probably isn't dry enough yet.
Okay, Warris, check this out. So if we go to leader, we've got Aaron, who's 16 seconds behind Humberstone. But if he goes another 2 laps then pits for softs and it dries out, he's going to be monumentally quicker. But likewise, if Lozak pits before Aaron J for the soft tyres when it dries out, then you're going to see Lozak win this race.
Yeah, but you have to bear in mind those 16 seconds he's got. But and as Aaron picks up 5 seconds actually. It's difficult because, but those guys at the front, they surely have to pit. They can't do another 7 laps, then the tires will just all go flat. So those guys have to make a pit stop, but maybe Aaron, Jacob and De Lange will try to stay on these tires. Because I don't think it's very dry yet.
And it's not, it's still got spray with the wheels, so...
But those guys were just forced to pit probably because they all got punctures and just 2-1 tires. This tanker is retired now finally. Oh, what a shame.
The only possible winner out of the slick tyre situation is RG. Possibly. He's 40 seconds adrift of the leader.
But now, I believe those guys are losing time.
But this track needs to dry out, mate. It needs to dry out, alright? Oh! Ferrari! Tanker is gone.
Yeah, Tanker is retired.
Tanker's gone. Okay.
And now Estimats comes in. What is he going to do?
He's going to go soft.
I'm afraid all these guys are going to try to go to the softer, to the mediums, but it just isn't dry enough because RG was on 40 seconds a few laps ago and now it's 50 already. Which means he's just losing time and losing time and losing time.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Sab is retired as well.
So exciting.
Sab retired from the session as well. Safety car, we've got a safety car.
Oh no! Oh, right, okay, so that throws it all into contention. Okay, so, let's just put up the stops. So detail, stops, there you go.
So these guys will surely go on to...
They're going to have to go on soft,
Aaron J. Spence got a drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car conditions. Oh, everything is breaking loose now. Those guys will... I do think they will pit.
But Warris, there's still some serious spray coming off these tyres. There really is.
I still don't think it is dry enough. Now people are coming in, but they are going to the...
I'm really sorry for everyone watching, but we can't keep track of this. We're trying to analyse.
Everyone goes to the dries, but I still don't think it's the right call.
I don't
because everyone's just losing time. Because RG is on 50 seconds now, and when he rejoined the track after his pit stop, he was like 30 seconds. Oh, what a turnaround in this race! But it's every few laps there's a turnaround where you think, okay, what's happening now?
Yeah, now
that's a fantastic race.
Warris, the $1 million question is Humberstone.
Lozak staying out.
Now, the $1 million question is, how dry is this track going to get, and will those slicks be okay? Because that is the $1 million question. So Lozak needs to get in the pit quick time. He's not in the pit.
I don't get him.
Where's Lozak?
I don't get him.
Why?
He can't even drive out this race on these tires. I don't believe so.
On 19 lap old intermediates. Humberstone. No. Is he going to come out in first place? Let's go to Humberstone.
I did 19 laps on Monday on Inters, and my tires were on 86%. So his tires must be absolutely dead by now. They're probably more slick tires than intermediates because all the profile will probably be gone already.
Warris, I think Humberstone's won this race, mate. I do. Humberstone, Estimats, or Jacob has won this race. Maybe even Aaron J, depending on who's quickest.
Yeah, we can still see some fighting, obviously.
Yeah. Of course, mate. But
oh wait, still we have to look at the. This is the right time to look at the penalties. So
yes,
Lozak is going to be very difficult. Lozak, yeah, he's got like 3, 6, 19 seconds or something. 8 seconds.
Wow.
Estimates has got none. So Estimates is looking very good. Jacob's got
6,
5.
Oh, 5, okay.
And a drive-through, which means that Estimates looks the best man for tonight because he's got no penalties at all. If you can just stay close.
Wow. Yeah, Warris, it's drying out now. Look at the track. I'm on board with Humberstone, and it is drying out, mate. It is drying out.
Now Lozak is coming in. Just a lap too late.
Yeah, he should have pitted.
Why would you not come in instantly?
Yeah.
Incredible.
So that means the Pink Panthers are going to lose out majorly. Because I imagine he's going to come out around P10, P11, because MJ Coop's quite lagging behind now. In fact, while the safety car's out, let's do the whole build up the tension. Oh no. MJ Coop's down a lap. Disqualified? What? Ignoring yellow flags for MJ Coop? What? That sounds very strange. Okay. Matty coming down to
maybe you tried to overtake the safety car, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but Warris,
it wasn't allowed yet.
On board with Matty, he's only coming down Parabolica now. By the time he catches the safety car and the guys bunch back up, it's going to be lap 25. There's going to be...
I don't think they're going to be waiting for him. I think safety car will come in this lap. Most of the time, safety car does one full lap and then he comes in.
But
I don't think they're going to wait for him.
No, I don't think the guys have to bunch up by the rules before they release the safety car. I may be wrong, but I always thought that they...
Yeah, in real life they do, but in the game you won't. In the game they will just restart it again.
Okay.
So that's a shame for the guys behind, but... It only takes 3 laps always, I believe.
No one's bunched up. I'm not an argumentative person, Morris, but I beg to differ. I don't think the safety car will come in until everyone catches up. I really don't.
I'm quite confident that the safety car will come in this lap.
Okay, if that's the case, if I'm wrong,
on next lap.
The first time we meet in real life, the beers are on me for the full night.
No, I don't think. No, he's not. He's not coming in. I'm sorry, not this lap. You can see it in the once the lights go out on the safety car, then he's coming in.
I still
but
think
he's done one full lap now. So he should be going in this lap, but this gives the other drivers a bit the chance to catch up, which is positive. Makes it lots more fun for us. But I'm pretty sure that it's always the same routine the safety car does in this game. So lap 25 will be racing again, as you said.
Captain Stiff, major issues at the first chicane.
Yeah, but these guys are actually pushing right now to get to the back of the safety car.
Yeah, they are.
Which is a bit weird actually, because it's a safety car, but these guys are, yeah, pushing probably 80–90%.
Now it is a dry track, Warris. Have you noticed? It is actually a damp dry.
Yeah, it's not very grippy probably, but it's
a cold, damp, dry track. Let's call it.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting. It's just going to be a massive sprint.
This is like yeah, I agree, mate.
Just everything, like all ERS, DRS, fuel, everything will be thrown in right now probably. Okay, so safety car in this lap.
Okay, there you go, guys. There you go. Guys, I apologise about the black box of death. There's a couple of settings I missed. I sincerely apologise about that. It's a new profile I'm using tonight that will be sorted next week. So my apologies, guys. But yeah, moving into the last 2 laps. It'll be lap 25, 3 laps. Lap 25, lap 26, and lap 27 of this round 8 Formula 2 Invictus Racing League equal performance race. Lozak might actually have saved himself here and could possibly get a good outing. So, and away they go.
Oh, look at this. It's 3-4. Oh.
They're going for it. Estemas and Jacob. Ooh.
So defending. Estemas losing out here right now, but he just... Oh! Oh, and Humberstone goes wide. Lots of people into turn 1. Penalty. Oh, and there's RG in the gravel. And SMS in P1.
Yeah, but Humberstone's on his tail, mate. Humberstone's on the inside line for the... Oh, they make contact. No.
Oh, and that's a penalty, surely for... No penalty. Oof. No penalty.
So we've got Humberstone, Jacob, all racing for this. Obviously, penalties are going to play a big part of this. But Estemas is in the lead. He's going to make that car as wide as he possibly can. James Hook, yes, it is a moist track, mate. Almost drying now, though, buddy. Oh.
Those guys really...
Oh, is it Humberstone and Jacob? Yeah, Jacob
Humberstone,
lost out
penalty.
So, Estemas, what was Estemas' penalties, mate? Do you remember?
Yeah, Estemas is the only one without.
Wow.
Together, yeah.
So Estemas,
he should be looking very good here.
Position change, if I can find it. I'm an idiot. There you go. 14 position changes for Estemas. If he wins this race, I take back what I said before about the driver of the day. As we see, Lozak, is he going to make a move here? Not quite.
But Lozak could also move down a lot because he's got lots of penalties.
He has got a lot of penalties, yeah.
Yeah.
Go around Grande Curve. Humberstone takes the inside line. Is he going to get in the next corner? He's in front. He's in front. Beautiful move from Humberstone. Absolute fantastic move. Oh! Was there contact there? There may have been contact. What's going to happen here as he comes round? These guys are racing really hard and Humberstone's off! Was there contact? I'm not sure if there was or not. Oh,
everyone...
Wow, there may be a serious...
Some people going into Humberstone as well.
There may be a serious stewards inquiry over that one because that looked quite suspicious. I'm not going to comment any further, but yeah, the stewards may be busy on that one. Let's just change that to interval. There you go. So Estemas still in the lead. Lozak coming to P3, but as Warris London just commented, there is a lot of penalties coming for Lozak.
So we're going on to the last lap of the race now. I think possibly one of the best races of this season in all of Invictus.
Yeah, it's been hectic.
It's been virtual safety cars, it's been safety cars, it's been crashes, it's been comebacks, it's been... SMS has almost done a Jensen Button 2011 because how much positions did he win?
Let's have a look. He was on... Sorry, position changes for Lozak. He started P2 and he's only down 1 position, but...
No, yeah, he was also to the back. But I mean, estimates.
Oh, estimates, 14 positions, mate. 14 positions.
Abnormal. And Lozak's also been to the... Oh, and Jacob goes into the gravel.
Wow. So Lozak into P2, but I think with those time penalties, let's have a look at the leader points. Gap leader. I think it's about 20 seconds that Lozak has. Maybe, thereabouts. He might not even score points, Lozak. It'd be interesting to see what happens when he comes to go to the line. But let's go with our leader, because we're almost getting to the point where we're tackling Parabolica. So Estimates, followed by Lozak. Estimates is going to surely take the win, which, with 14 position changes, is automatically going to get driver of the day. As we go on board with Estimates, as he comes down towards the home finish straight, under the bridge, he crosses the line and he takes the win. Jacob takes P2. Momentarily, Delange takes P3. Tony Y may take P4. Oh no, Captain Stiff takes P4. RG takes P5. Matty takes P6. Lozak takes P7. Tony Y takes P9. Humberstone takes... Sorry. RG takes P5. Matty takes P6. Lozak takes P7. Tony Y takes P8. Humberstone 9. Captain Stiff 10. Arranger 11, who's... Wow. Not crossed the line. MJ Coop might actually get... Hang on. MJ Coop might actually take P11.
No, he did cross the line. He's just past the line, I believe.
Has he? Are
yeah,
you
because
sure?
you see that guy waving the flag? That's the finish line.
I thought
because there's also a finish flag
but...
to his name.
Okay, well, let's run on by MJ Coop, because I thought it was further on, but let's see. Be interested in this.
Let's see if he crashes into him.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you are right. Wow. There you go, guys.
What a race.
Unbelievable racing there. Unpredicting track. Rain. Damp track. Oh, wow. Absolutely unbelievable. So, Wise, if you want to go ahead and invite the podium guys to our interview box, that'd be amazing, because I've got a lot of questions to ask. A lot of questions.
And fair play, by the way, to Jacob and Estimats, who didn't pick up any penalties.
Yeah,
incredible.
Estimats and Jacob, amazing. So, while we try and invite our podium races into the commentary box, give you the full rundown. So,
oh, Dan.
Yeah?
I've got a nice little fact for you.
Go on.
SMS is the 100th race winner in IRL. So
wow, there you go. That's brilliant. Okay, so
yeah.
Estimat's our 100th winner in IRL in P1. Jacob in P2. But I must admit, Estimat's 15th to first place, fantastic. Delange 10th to third. Captain Stiff 14th to fourth. RG got 7th to fifth. Matty in 6th, Lozak in 7th, Tony White in 8th, Humberstone in 9th, Colin J in 10th, Aaron J in 11th, MJ Coop in 12th, Sab in 13th, Mr. Steen in 14th, Tanker in 15th, TB2 in 16th, Nick J Thompson in 17th. Now, what a race that was. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe what happened there. The weather played a massive part. We had a couple of incidents. The tyre choice was unreal. Towards the end, when guys put on slicks, wow, absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I'm literally, as we're waiting for the guys to come into the box, I'm skipping back into stream to try and get what Estimats did in terms of tyre choice, because I really want to ask him about that, and I want to try and see exactly what he did. But yeah, Wise, what do you think of that, mate?
I don't even know what to say, man. Just what a race. That's just actually everything you want to expect from a rain race, and that's why it's always great to have some rain. I think it's quite comparable to Monaco the German Grand Prix this season, and actual F1, like so hectic, so
yeah, it was quite like that, wasn't it? I mean,
I'm just trying to get everyone in.
That's
at
fine,
the
mate.
moment.
Just for our viewers, I mean, if you were watching live, and if you're watching back after this was live, what an exciting race it was. Towards the end, when we had guys prematurely, what we thought was prematurely going on to slicks, with the long runners on the intermediates, and so exciting, unbelievable it was. I mean, I've got a still image up on my my phone now that I can't wait to ask our race winner, and now I'm chomping at the bit to ask him this, because I've been since we knew he was going to win, I was dying to ask him this. So, how are we looking, guys? Have we got Estimats in the comms box?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, Estimats, how you doing, buddy?
No, this is absolutely amazing, yeah. I mean, I've been waiting for my first win in like whole league racing across different leagues for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it finally happened. So I'm pretty
Big
happy.
congratulations, mate.
Yeah. Estimates.
So you heard already you were the 100th race winner in IRL.
Oh,
Which is
really?
also very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your finished race was the 100th win, but estimates. I want to say this publicly. 14th to first. Let me repeat that. 14th to first. Come on, tell us, mate.
Well,
How did you do it?
well, I was like 100% concentrating on my own race. I had absolutely no idea what was going in at the front. And at some point I saw that the front guys are not too far away. I think they were about 6 to 7 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
And yeah, and at the end of the rain stint, when it was started to dry, I think I actually closed up to the leaders, and some of them went to pits for whatever reason to put new intermediates.
Yeah.
It was like confusing for me because I was dead set on making it to one stop. So yeah, I mean, and yeah, I think after the restart I was P2 behind Humberstone.
You was, yeah. And Humberstone had an off. Yep, he had an off in the gravel.
Yeah, I didn't even saw exactly what happened to him. I think he got a very poor exit after the turn one, and I got the lead, and pretty much, yeah. I think, yeah, there was some incidents behind, and yeah, the gap opened up, so I was able to relax a bit. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have been able to keep myself together.
Yeah, I mean, looking at.
So may I ask you something? Oh, sorry.
You want to go on, Wires on there? You go, mate.
Did you actually, because of everything that happened, we probably didn't pick up everything. Did you have anything happen to you, or did you have like a completely clean race because you didn't have any penalties either?
I didn't have any penalties, but I went off track one time, which I lost about 5 seconds and 2 positions.
Okay.
That was probably around like lap 5 or 7.
In the first stint, yeah,
like
I think we caught it actually, yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah, I was struggling a bit in the Lesmos.
Yeah.
But
okay,
yeah, other than that, like I didn't like really come together with anybody. Although yeah, after the restart, I kind of lost my car and the curbs, and yeah, I think somebody hit me from behind. But yeah, for me personally, I kept it together pretty well.
Yeah, cracking job, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was really good, mate. Estimates, that was a cracking drive, mate. And I enjoyed watching you last season, and to see you win this season is really, really enjoyable, mate. So I'm proud to see you win, mate. It really is. And I hope to see you on the podium more this season, mate. So please, give us more of that. Let's see you on the podium. Let's interview you more this season. You've only got, was it 4 races to go now? So let's see you on the podium 4 more times, mate. How about that?
No, in this league, with this competition, I can't promise any. But yeah, definitely, it gives me extra motivation to put in more practice.
Fantastic, mate. Really is. Right, okay. So who else have we got in the comms box, Waris?
So we've got Jacob and De Lange, but I think you could start with Jacob as he was second.
Okay, Jacob, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm fine, mate. How did you find that, mate? Did you expect to be on the podium?
No, I didn't actually. I haven't practiced in the wets. That was a stinker, to be honest. I don't know how I ended up on the podium.
It looked good from what, mate?
Some luck, I think.
Probably no penalties because that was a great job from you.
Yeah, no, I got a 5-second penalty for cutting T1, but I had it in the pit, so.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end you had nothing.
I was fighting with RNJ for the whole first stint, so I kept missing the braking points around the map, the circuit. So had a hard time, but then second stint got a bit better. But yeah, what a mess.
Jacob, remind our viewers, where did you start on the grid at the beginning of the race?
6th, I think. P6.
So 6th to 2nd, mate. You've got to be proud about that.
Yeah, I got a cracking start, but then just kept up. But yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't have pitted for the Inters. I should have kept it at one stop.
Mate, it was a difficult choice to make, but you were currently, before this race, you were currently fourth. That should bring you, pretty close to third place, because Ferocious Dan wasn't in this race. You were 10 points behind Ferocious Dan. That's just jumped you ahead. So you should be at least in third place. How are you feeling about the championship, mate? Are you going for it? Are you going to try and take it to the Force Indias or the Racing Points?
Well, TP2 DNF'd, I believe. So
yes, he did. Yeah.
I think I can put a fight up with him, but Losag is too far ahead. I think
he's on the next level. I know, but we'd like to see you running for that championship. As you saw tonight.
Well, if I keep on getting second, then maybe.
Yeah, but you saw tonight, mate. You saw that one of our race, normal race leaders had issues. I mean, going ahead, we've got Singapore, a difficult street circuit, Austria. We've also got Brazil and Mexico, some very difficult circuits with some very unpredictable events. You could very well be in running, mate. So, are you going to go forward with the energy to try and take the championship, or are you going to try and score as many points as you can?
I'm definitely going to give it my all, and to secure second in the constructors with Renault. I think we got quite a big gap after this race.
Well, Renault in the constructors, mate, you should be jumping ahead. You really should. Or not jumping ahead, but at least closing the gap. So, yeah. Are you and your teammate attacking for the constructors?
Definitely. We talked about if we were gonna do some slipstream in the quali, but we hadn't really practiced it, so it would be quite risky. But yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us on the podiums. Morris, would you like anything? To add to that?
Well, just want to congratulate you. It's only already a very good job to keep it in one piece. I guess it's where this counts for everyone on the podium. So it also shows that as long as you can keep the car in a straight line for most of the race, you will have a good result in the end. So it's fair play for these guys to keep that in the back of the mind, and then you can see what that can end up at the end.
Yeah, perfect. Wise, would you like to take our third place position winner?
Yeah. I would almost do this in Dutch, I guess. No, I just did it in English. No, so De Lange, you also came from quite far behind, didn't you?
Yeah. I can't remember my starting position, to be honest. I think it was around P10. Somewhere around.
Yeah. Yeah. So also a very, very good job on that then. Did you, because you were not very close to the podium when you came over the finish line, did you expect it, or didn't you know that there were so much penalties ahead?
I knew Lozak had a lot of penalties because he was driving in front of me, and I was asking Jeff what Lozak was doing, and I knew he had 19 seconds, I think. So
yeah, massive.
Yeah, but I didn't know what the guys behind me were doing. Man, what a difficult race, especially the first stint. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I missed my braking point so many times into turn 1.
Yeah, you were fighting a lot.
I just couldn't find a braking point, and
we saw that, mate.
I was just thinking like, what the hell? I need to survive this race. But yeah, at the end, I got a podium.
Yeah, so that's a very good job. But it's. Did you go to the extend, or did you made a first stop to new inters and then go to the softs? Can't remember.
Yeah, I did make a stop to the inters first.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I did it
because obviously it became dry to the end. Did you consider trying to extend and then go onto softs instantly, or wasn't that a plan for you?
No, I didn't know for sure when it was going to be drying up. So I was just thinking go to the inters, and then the safety car came at a perfect time for me, so I could just hop into the pits for the softs.
Yeah, that was ideal, I guess, because there were lots of people going to we were trying to extend and then going to the softs, but it was way too wet still at that point, and people lost like 10, 20 seconds. So I think you did the exact right strategy then in the end. You've got anything to add to that energy, Dan?
Well, yeah. I mean, I want to ask Delange. You were sitting on 26 points before you came into Monza. That brings you up around, my math is rubbish, but around 34-ish. Are you going to try and go forward and try and attack for at least, P2, P3 in the championship? If not, I know it's going to be hard going for the win with 4 races left, but are you going to go for those P3, P4 positions in the standings?
Well, when I started off this season, my goal was finish in the top 5. So I'm not sure where I am right now after this race. Should be close to the top 5, I guess.
Yeah, well, you were in 9th, and I think with the racing points dropping down, you may well have ever jumped into P6. So you're probably well on track for that, mate. Let's hope you carry on this form you found today into the remaining 4 races. But just for the sake of showmanship, Waris, would you like to congratulate Delange in your home language?
Ja, Delange, gefeliciteerd. En ik hoop dat je nog heel vaak kan interviewen op het podium. For the rest of the guys, congratulations as well. And also thanks for having me, Dan.
Oh, no problem, mate. Yeah, so Delange, thank you very much, mate. Bring that form.
Thanks, guys.
Bring that form next race, mate. Please bring it for Singapore, buddy.
Oh, I'll try. I'll try.
I'll see you soon, buddy. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries, man. Thank you.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Right, Waris, what a race that was, eh?
I'm still almost like trying to get my breath back because that was massive.
I'll admit, I struggled, mate. I struggled to follow that.
At some points I was just looking around the screen and trying to get everything inside my brain what was happening, but it was almost impossible. This is the kind of evenings you would want on a Wednesday. I love it.
I can only apologise to our viewers that if we didn't live up to the expectations of commentators, but it was hard. It was very hard to keep a track of that race. It really was. But again,
shall we make a small review of the race? So first we started wet conditions, which was incredible already.
It was.
Then we got a few laps, I believe. Then virtual safety car. Someone retired instantly first corner.
No, I think it was lap 3 or 4. Was it? I think yeah.
Yeah, and first lap someone retired instantly. Then we got a virtual safety car. Suddenly people started going to dry tires, and then we got a safety car as well at the end, and then we didn't know who was going to win because of penalties and stuff. So it was just like everything you would want from a race, I guess. If you can call me something that this race missed, I'll buy you a crate of beer because I don't think that's possible.
Well, I'll tell you what, Warriors. Before we started tonight's proceedings, I said on Twitter, let's hope we can have a race like we had last round in Bahrain, and
yeah, because that was good already.
It delivered. Monza delivered. I really think Monza delivered. It was a fantastic race, and I retract my previous statement that Monza is a boring track because that was a fantastic race. So I stand corrected. I do stand corrected. It was a good race. It was more than a good race. It was brilliant. So, wow. Absolutely fantastic. But yeah, moving on from tonight's proceedings. If you've been watching live tonight, I thank you for joining us. If you've not seen the beginning week's proceedings, it was, in fact, the Formula 1 No Assist League on the Monday, which, Waris, you was in. I think you got, was it P4 you got on Monday?
Yeah, I got P4, yeah.
Yeah, so guys, if you're listening, go back and watch Waris's race. You see all the guys in Formula 1 that have no assists. And on Tuesday was the Realistic Performance League. Go back and watch that as well. So all the drivers are issued their cars according to their previous results. So if you win, you get a slower car. If you lose, you get a quicker car. And then moving on to tonight, which was, of course, you've been listening in either live or post race, was the Formula 2 Equal Performance race. Our sister race alongside us is, of course, the Formula 3 race, the Equal Performance. So, guys, if you've not seen any of those, you've got a busy night. Go back and watch them all. If you're watching back, do subscribe to us, guys. Hit that subscribe button and the bell. Every time we go live, you'll be notified what goes live and what you can watch. Wow, what a week to finish off racing-wise. I can't wait for next week. What about you, mate?
No, I can't wait already as well. So next week we've got Singapore, where rain is also not at all out of the question, certainly possibility. And it's a street track, which gives possibilities for overtaking, so that should be a spectacle again as well. So yeah, I think, and also, you know, obviously there's been a little bit of a dip in Lowe's. Still got a little a big gap, but it seems like other people are able to win now as well, which is very exciting. So hopefully we can see some other people on the podium, maybe again some other race winners. That would be great, and yeah, I think there's lots and lots to look forward to. Hopefully we can do the hot laps as well again.
Mate, I mean, to be honest with you, I apologise for the hot laps tonight. I was stuck at work, but I'm very, very eager to do hot laps with you next week. But I won't mind doing a different setup next week. I'll speak to you after the race, mate. But I want to try and implement a different format for Singapore that incorporates both of us, if that's okay with you, Aris.
That sounds very good, very exciting.
Yeah.
Also for the viewers, then they have something to look forward to a new format.
Yeah, I mean, because I like Singapore, and I'd like to think I could challenge you for the hot lap, mate. That's what I'm getting at. So
sounds competitive.
Yeah, I mean, don't hold me to that, guys. If you're listening, please don't hold me to that. But yeah, we'll work out a new format. I've thought about this already, but I'll put it to Waislander after this race. But Wise, thank you ever so much for joining me in the commentary box. As always, mate, it's always a pleasure to do it with you, mate. It really is.
I wouldn't say anything else about you, mate.
Oh,
great evening again, lots of fun. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. So, guys, yeah, do, like I said before, go watch it back on YouTube. But, yeah, get us on Twitter as well. You can also search us on Facebook. So, yeah, guys, get amongst it. Subscribe to us and get involved. But, Waris, thank you again, mate. Guys, for watching. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Make sure you subscribe. And we'll join you next week for Singapore, which I guarantee is going to be electric. So, guys, thank you very much. Waris, thank you. And we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.